Good morning, guys. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located right here in Frederick, Colorado. I want to thank all those guys who sent all those messages, all those calls we've had for the past couple of days on those Freightliners. Today we have one of our last 2022s on the lot. This one is the M2106, white in color, black in the exterior. We're going to go over some of the features and some of the questions I've had just within the last 2 days about some of the features on this truck. So on the 106s, we have the Cummins 8.9 liter engine, and on the 112 we have the Detroit diesel DD13. So we're going to talk more about the Cummins 8.9 liter engine and kind of show you guys what's underneath that hood and what it looks like. So typically once you open an engine and you see all red, 100% of the time it is the Cummins engine, either the 8.3 or the 8.9. This one is the 8.9 liter engine. This one is also partnered with the Allison 3200 TRV 6-speed automatic transmission. This one produces about 360 horsepower and 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. One good thing about a Freightliner and the way they design the engine, as a normal customer or driver, not a technician or not a mechanic, you could go into that engine and kind of see how clearly labeled majority of things are underneath the hood. So right here you could see the fuel filter, water separator right here, power steering fluid. You have a few fuse boxes underneath the hood, the Cummins 8.9 liter engine, radiator fluid, filters, and when you go on the other side, everything is clearly labeled so you know what you're looking at. One of the good things about this truck is because the batteries are located underneath the back seat, we do have negative and positive studs right here for your convenience. Again, easy to hook up, jump the truck, or help somebody jump whatever vehicle or devices, whatever the case may be. So negative and positive studs are located right behind those tires. Again, this is a Summit hauler conversion, so we have a few little upgrades that we do to the vehicle when it gets here. One of the things are the auto balancers we put between all four tires or all four corners of this truck. This is that disc right here. Again, it will auto balance the vehicle and saves you a wear and tear on your tires as you go down the road. Again, those tires are Michelin's. This comes straight from the factory with that truck. And those are 255/80 R22.5s. Another things we do, we put those lug nut covers, center cap. Again, the same with the back tires as well. Again, gives us that awesome look, not just showing off all those nuts. One of the cool things about this truck is how easy it is to close and open that hood. Again, there is a handle up here. There is a soft close feature on here. If it's moving a little slow for you, just give it a little push and it will go down super easy. On either side of that, ensure for safety, guys, make sure you strap down both of those before heading down the road, because you don't want to be driving with only one of those straps on there. We did mention about the LED lights. I turned those on today so you guys could see exactly what it looks like. It is like daytime running lights, not daytime running lights, but daylight lights. So it's more of a white color or bluish white instead of the orangey yellow color. I do have the hazards on. Typically, people had a question about what it looks like with your signals on. Again, you have one of those lights here that will give you that signal, and also on the fender you will see that blinking light as well. And as we go to the back, I'll show you guys what the back looks like, but come and look at the amount of lights we have throughout this truck. And we're going to take a nice little walk around that truck right now. All those lights, just imagine it's dark and how bright those LED lights are. We also have those red ones in the back. And as we come around, just check out that. So when you're signaling left or right, you have two on the right and two on the bottom right that will blink. So you have enough lights to indicate or let people know you are turning left and right so they will not get confused. The 2 or the 4 center white lights, those are cargo lights. So right now I just have the switch on. So just imagine at night you are working or you're trying to hook up your trailer, you turn those lights on. Those are super bright at night, believe it or not. Right now it's a little bit after 8, the sun is pretty much coming out right now, and you can see how bright it is with the sunlight. So just imagine what it looks like at night. On the back end of this truck, we have a flatbed with a trough. Again, the way we design our trucks, we try not to put a hitch on there off the bat. We give customers the option of having to choose a hitch, either it's a gooseneck ball or a 5th wheel hitch. So this is one of the ways we try to make sure the customer get exactly what they want. So sometimes it's harder to remove a hitch and add something different, you know, if a customer comes today for a unit. So by having this plate open with those holes already drilled, as you guys can see, if we take a closer look, we do have pre-drill holes on this. So if in case the customer decide he or she wants a Hensley Trailer Saver hitch, those holes are already there. All we have to do is the plumbing on the airlines, and those are pretty much super easy right now for us to do. So we could get that done in a day and have that truck ready to roll by this afternoon. So that's one of those things. Again, it all depends on the service, if they have enough time to get it done in terms of the workload. We don't want to put something aside and jump ahead. But typically, it would take a few hours just for them to put that hitch in. And of course, this truck is pretty much, once it's at the front lot, it is ready to hit the road. This one that's coming for bumper pull hitch. Again, you do have your 7-pin hookup here for your trailer or for your bumper pull trailer as well. This one has been spray bed line. A lot of customers have been asking for that lately. Again, you do have the option of getting from the factory, getting the headache rack spray bed line as well. And if in case you do decide to order the storage box, you could get it spray bed line, or you could get it color matched to the truck. So that's an option we've given customers. Again, the time frame for one of those storage boxes is about 6 to 8 weeks. I added the 8 weeks just in case something happens. We don't want to, be pushing time and try to, rush building that box for you. So I would say 6 to 8 weeks is the time frame to get that box delivered to you. And again, once you get it, it's super easy to install it. If you check in the back right now, there are 2 inserts there, screw holes. We'll send all the devices with you. All you guys got to do is just screw it in to the back of the headache rack. We do have tracks here, 3 tracks, 2 on either, 1 on either side and then 1 in the center. Those are for tying down your cargo. So if in case you put hay, wood, whatever the case may be, you do have adjustable tying straps that will be included with the vehicle. Storage boxes. We do have a few storage boxes here, 1 on either side. I just had a new vehicle come in and I forgot to point that out. The customer was like, hey, can you add an airline for my to put air in my tires and stuff? And I did mention to him there is a airline inside the storage compartment, and it will be located 90% of the time on the driver's side storage box. I've had trucks come in where it's on the passenger side, which is good as well. Once it has that airline system, it is good. You got dual tires in the back here with the auto balances in between those tires. We do have the Voyager camera system. Again, this one comes with all trucks. Again, if you want to add additional cameras, let us know in advance. We do have the option of adding one to the back of the truck, just above the license plate, and it will give you that view of that bumper pull hitch. Again, if in case you have a trailer with a camera and you do have the Voyager camera system hookup, you could run that line straight into this adapter right here, and it will send that feed straight to the Voyager camera screen inside. CB radio, I've had that question asked on my last video, and I'm going to point out the CB radio antenna It is pre-wired. So this device you see right here, that's stem. This is a CB radio antenna. All the wiring all located inside that vehicle. So if in case the customer decides to add a CB radio to that truck, the wiring is already in there. So if in case you see that stem right here and wiring go in, typically goes inside the door, run through, and most of the time I've seen it, they are located above the driver head, right behind the Voyager camera system. Sometimes they will store the wiring in the door, so we'll find that out if in case you guys decide to put one. Dual horns, so you have a regular truck horn and you have those air horns as well. And of course marker lights, we got lights on the mirrors. So now, we always talk about fuel. We got 2 50-gallon diesel tanks, 50 on each side. So when you're driving into the fuel station, going to one of those truck stops, and you could fuel on both sides. You have a 6-gallon def tank. Again, we have a gauge that will show you how much def you have remaining, and of course, you want to be on top of it each time and fill up after every long trip. Engine block heater, and then of course we got a trickle charger battery conditioner right here. Again, I did mention that the batteries are located underneath the back seat. So this is the compartment it's behind. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws you will remove. And of course you have access to those batteries right underneath here. That's if in case you need to change those batteries. Again, let's jump inside here. You do have that bench seat that will turn into a bed. The controls will be on the door behind the driver. So you have that controls for that bed. And of course, that bench will go straight into a bed. We do have charging options here in the center. We do have an inverter on this truck, so you have 2 110 plugins. You got 4 USB and of course 12 volts if you need that. So we'll jump inside. Just gonna start this up. Typically we want, let me just turn this off right now and kind of start it over again. If we can get a bit closer. So this one does have an alarm, so that's a good thing. When I turn the key, typically you want all this to circle back before you start the vehicle. And right now, everything will load up. The odometer reading on this new truck is about 826 miles. You have your fuel gauge up here, your def gauge. Right now you can see it's missing a little bit of def fluid, so that's something we'll take care of before delivery. All 4 lights, all 4 green lights will show you that it's full. Once it starts going down, that's something you need to just keep an eye on. Typically, a gallon of def will take you between 300 to 500 miles per gallon. So that's something you just have to be careful of, and of course don't let it go down to 1 or when the lights start to turn orange or red. You have your 2 compressor gauges, a primary and your secondary air compressor. Typically will start off on red if you don't drive the vehicle for a long time. Once it goes into orange and white is where it's going to stop, and of course you can see the PSI on here. You do have your oil, water, and transmission gauges up here. Your light options will be over here behind the steering wheel. This is one thing you got to be careful of because a lot of people tend to look for it all over the place. Typically it's right above the key. Up will turn on your lights. You have your brights here. You can turn on your brights and turn it off. This is your window washer switch. And of course you got your key. This one does have a tilt, so you can bring it up or down, side to side, well, up and down, and of course up and down this way as well. So let me sit down. Typically you kick this all the way down, and you can adjust as needed. And then once you get to that spot, you just release it and it will lock in place. Rear AC and heat over here, and your fan levels will be right next to it. You got your engine brake. Typically right now you will get an on and off switch for your engine brake, and right next to it will be your high and low setting. So just remember that on the newer trucks, if it has two switches right next to each other, one will turn it on, the other one will give it a high and low setting. Your Allison 6-speed automatic transmission, again, a good way to kind of check your transmission and engine. You just click or push those two buttons, the minus and plus. That one will give you all levels, all temperature. It will give you all life. Right now it's 99%. And I did have that question yesterday about your all levels. So it's at 99%. Filters are okay. Transmission health is okay. Is it a little bit? Okay, so we got a little light here, so you won't be able to see too much. Okay, all right, yeah, we can see it right now. So let me go back again. No codes on the transmission. We're back to neutral. You will see your all levels, and all temperature is low because we just started this truck. Oil life, you see 99%. Press those two again, you see your filters, health, and of course no codes on this truck. So that's a nice way to just make sure everything is in working condition. Again, we've been over all those switches on here, but again, some of the things to look for is your cruise control. There is a switch right here that will show speed control. You'll have to turn that on first, set and accelerate. Once you're done, you could cancel, turn off. Red differential lock, you have that switch right here. Heated mirrors, especially for cold conditions. Marker light to thank your fellow driver, or whatever the case may be. Traction control switch, all your windows, power windows, power locks. Light test button is a great option on the newer trucks. Those come in very handy. Test your lights before you head down the road. If in case you're alone, you could turn that on. There is a countdown. Once you're done with it, you got to turn this off. Rear dump. So even though that we had that trough on that back end, lowering the back end of that truck as well will give you a lot of clearance, especially having to raise your trailer too high with that trough. And of course with that rear dump will allow you to back into your trailer without raising that trailer too high. Once you're done, you turn that off. You got your cargo light I turned on for you guys, that 4 white lights in the center. Those will turn on with this switch. You got 2 optional switches here. Again, if you want to add a light bar, add extra light into that truck, and you want to put it on a switch, you have those optional switches here for that. Again, charging, those 4 USB ports will not give you access to Apple and Android capability. Those are only for charging. Down here is where you will find your USB port for your Apple or Android capability for the Stinger stereo sound system. We have a smaller trailer brake system, as you guys can see, very small. This one is called a Red Arc. There's a lot of YouTube videos on that particular system. Very easy to use, and of course, as you guys can see how small it is. You have your bass control. There is a subwoofer underneath that back seat. Again, you can control the amount of bass you have coming out of that sub. All your AC controls here for the main cab. This is your fan levels. This is your temperature, and of course the different modes. And in-air circulator. Once that is on, the orange light will come on. Storage for cups. There's different sizes here. You could put smaller cups and bigger cups in here. So you got 4 of them, and of course one located here for your passenger up front. Storage in that middle console with an LED light for nighttime. It will come on and off. It will shut off once you close it with this switch right here. So once that cover is closed, that light will turn off. We do have a fire extinguisher right on the driver's side seat. It's a little bit hard to see right now, but we do have a fire extinguisher in this truck. And of course, storage throughout, and of course, the famous Voyager camera system. Again, look at the view on that, guys. Even with your trailer hooked up to this truck, you could still see either side of that truck and trailer once it's hooked up. So this is a great camera system. That camera is adjustable. Not a lot of adjustment, but again, you can still tilt it a little bit down or bring it up a little bit as well. So that's one of the cool things about that. Right now, we kind of center it where we think everything will be comfortable. You can still see your storage in the back here once that trailer is on here. If in case you decide to put some equipment on here, a bike rack, whatever the case may be, you can still see what's going on in the back and the front. So nice clear view, even with the trailer on that truck. Again, we got some reading lights. We got 2 of them here that would turn on with this switch. We do have a mood light. I call that the infinity lights. And I've seen a lot of people catch on that. So I'm kind of happy that we all call it the infinity lights. The front seats are air ride. It also has heated seats. You do have the option of getting those seats, massage seats as well. Again, look how comfortable it looks. It actually feels comfortable as it looks. So take my word for it, those seats are super comfortable. Again, with the armrests on both sides, gives you that comfort in driving, and those armrests are adjustable as well. The Stinger stereo sound system does come equipped, like I said, with Apple Play, Android Auto. This one does come with XM radio. Again, you do have to subscribe for that, and it gives you the number to call, and of course the radio ID. Settings, HDMI, auxiliary, and this one does have navigation, so you don't have to use your phone every time you need navigation, but if you do prefer those apps on your phone, most of those apps will be compatible with Apple or Android capability. So this truck is one of our last of our 2022s on the lot. So again, we do have some good prices on those trucks. We do have our 23s coming in stock. We do have one right now that is available, a 2023. But if in case you guys are looking for a truck to pull your camper, whatever, this one have the option of choosing whatever hitch you need. And of course, there's a safety feature on those trucks and the pulling capacity on these trucks as well. So if you guys are interested in this truck or any of the ones coming in, you guys can give me a call in case you guys have questions about it. Feel free again to call me. My cell number is 661-755-4344, or you guys could also email me at marlon.bledman@transwest.com. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another truck video. And of course, in the meantime, thank you guys for your business, and hope to earn your business in the future. Thank you very much, and have a good day.